escape from this coast. Just the waves and the grind. White trash Riviera where they're losing their damn minds. Casamigos, me and two freak hoes. I hit them both like free throws, hiding what they know. Pour it down, let it flow. White trash Riviera where the truth don't show. Casamigos, me and two freak hoes. I hit them both like free throws, but nobody really knows. Bottles crack, here we go. White trash Riviera stuck in the undertow. Jim Subaru's got sand.
Oh, buddy, but it's always the same. Playing with the boys. Staying, playing with a couple boys. Appetites and sun cruisers. It's just a simple ploy. We're playing with the And that is I am a musical man. That's a fact. Used to play the alto saxophone as well as the guitar. In 5th grade, I played the national anthem in front of the school on Flag Day, and they'll never take that away from me, folks. Unbelievable what's happening out here. Sports Mask Collective, episode 135. Many men and many podcasts have come and gone, and we still here at Sports Mask Collective and Ski Mask Media reign supreme, even without our fearless leader who has passed on through to the astral realm and now supporting us from the other side, as they say. We're deep into fall. We're deep into football. Week freaking 11 already, folks. Hold on. Let me do a little something here. Speaking of playing with the boys while I do this, an hour and almost 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes the other night, in case you missed it, with me and Hack Jokerson live. I was in Grand Central and the train and half in the bag. I put that, I like to spread it around for our paying patrons, that being people on Patreon and also the members on YouTube. That episode only available for the 10 inches and larger tier of our members. So if you want basically 2 hours of sheer entertainment as I walked around Grand Central accosting people with the great Hack Jokerson on the other line directing me, join the 10-incher and above tier of our members only. Most of the stuff I put on Patreon, every now and then I like to spread it around to give our fine and dear YouTube members a little something for their patronage. So if you're on the 10-incher and above tier, congrats. You have 2 hours of exclusive content waiting for you. Too hot for YouTube, frankly. I didn't want to make that available to the general public because it was just too good, too much going on, and too many freaks out there that frankly don't deserve to see it. So 10-inchers and above membership level, you're welcome. For what you witnessed. If you watch live, you're welcome as well. Truly unbelievable, breaking barriers in podcasting while everyone else remains in boxes and watches clips and has 9 people on their show. I'm in the middle of the known universe, New York City, the extra super, the core being Grand Central, putting out amazing content with the great Hack Jokerson. What I'm doing in the background, break the fourth wall. I forgot to hit the monetize button, and I desperately need money. And that's what they call a segue. Desperately need money. I did, and we are close to hitting the goal. I haven't been paid out in months because I don't just sit here and beg for super chats 6 days a week. I already started. I can't. Whatever. I'll do it after. Money's. Oh no, I can. Look at that. Good. Now we're monetized. Now everybody go watch. Make sure the ad plays. Put this show on in your grandmother's house on loop. Don't tell her what it is. Just let her watch. She'll figure it out. Another new phone. Speaking of the show with Hack Jokerson, if you did watch, you may have seen at a few sloppy jalopies in me from the best taco bar in New York City, Taqueria Gramercy, of course. Shout out Luis, the bartender, who hooks me up every Wednesday. So I get home fine. I'm an adult. I took the train. Okay, may have driven when I got back. That's okay. I took the train. Okay, everybody's safe. Nobody got hurt. Made it home. As I get home, I go out to have my little marijuana cigarette, as they call it, a joint, some would call it. I go outside, throw on a podcast in the old earphones, and take a seat out there on the little wall we have outside. And as I've done many times before, because I listen on my headphones, I just put the phone down and I forget the phone out there. Didn't realize it till later. Pretty much passed out after that. Well, the phone wasn't there in the morning, and it was tracked. Now it was tracked. Let's take a look. We'll do it live. Let's see where it's at now. Basically, it is in possession. My phone is in possession of someone. So we're gonna have to crack this case. Any police or vigilantes, frankly, in the tri-state area, let me know. I can give you a mission. Let's see. I haven't tracked it yet today. I've been running around. I actually made breakfast today, if you can believe it. Very rare breakfast, folks. Yes, it is at, I'll give you the exact address. It looks like it's at 41 Clarks Hill Ave in Stamford. If anyone wants to go down there, it is in the slums. It's just basically in the slums behind what's called the Amsterdam Hotel, which is a total shithole. My guess is that, because, again, today's day and age, I put it in lost mode, put the little message on there, call or text me if you have it, and I'll come get it. I'll give you, and I always say I'll give you a couple bucks for your trouble. Initially it was in a neighborhood in New Canaan when I first tracked it, which was a good sign because New Canaan, of course, is big money, large dollars, where they certainly have no need for a phone. But now seeing it's in the slums, my hunch is a delivery driver picked it up and took it. And we have to get to the bottom of this phone. We're going to have to find this phone. It's still being tracked. Unbelievable, folks. So scum of the, it just goes to show, I mean, how many times I've ranted on the low IQ of the modern delivery driver. Just another feather in my cap. Most delivery drivers are just big pieces of shit that probably should have ice cold on them. And this is just another notch in that belt. I mean, especially nowadays, it's a locked phone in lost mode. There's not much you can do in 2025 with a phone that's locked and not yours, except to sell it, you know, whatever, to some other idiot. So that's why, if you'll remember, folks, I got my phone mailed back to me from Puerto Rico a couple of years ago, and it floated for 3 miles in the Caribbean Ocean. So the good people of Puerto Rico, much better than modern American delivery drivers, apparently. Still haven't heard. My only hope is it's in the car and he hasn't plugged it in to see the message, although that's unlikely. I think we're dealing with a real piece of shit here. I'm going to give it probably the weekend, see if it moves around at all. And maybe I'll, well, you know, the thing now is, as our worst fears are realized, my friends, because I don't have that phone, I don't have Ski Mass's YouTube login. So I'm unable to go live from my phone now. So all the more reason everyone should be very concerned with this. Everyone should be talking about this. We should start putting the screws on 41 Clarks Hill Ave, folks, in Stamford, Connecticut. That looks like where the phone is. If anyone wants to drop by or send someone by, feel free. Because no, this is not something to play around with. This is technically $1,000 piece of equipment that any good person should be returning if they found it. You know, it's the question is, would you rather be lost somewhere, not know where it is, or with someone? Generally, you're going to be glad that someone has it, because at least that means it's in possession and not in some random place or a gutter somewhere. But in this situation, unfortunately, delivery drivers are big pieces of shit. And I have a hunch delivery driver, because of the neighborhood it was tracked in earlier. This was just somebody walking by to pick it up. It wouldn't be going into the Gold Coast neighborhoods of New Canaan, Connecticut, and then end up in the slums. No. This has to be a piece of shit delivery driver, maybe a landscaper, perhaps some form of a piece of shit of a lesser human to not get in touch with me as of yet. So it's only been about it hasn't been 48 hours. First 48. Shout out First 48, one of the great cop shows ever. So we're going to give it a little time before we take more evasive action, but all the more reason to send lots and lots of super chats to this show. I got the most basic phone just to hold me over, because daddy's a big deal. Daddy unfortunately needs his phone for work and such. So I went yesterday and got the cheapest phone I could possibly get to hold me over, in the hopes that I expect to get this phone back. But why die? I don't understand why it still takes an hour for them to give you a phone. Anybody who's got a phone anytime in the last decade knows what I'm talking about. You go to the phone store, whatever you have, T-Mobile, AT, whatever you go, and it's like it's like you're there for an hour minimum. And what are you doing? Give me the phone, plug in whatever serial number, and let me get the fuck. It should take no longer than buying groceries. What are we doing at these phone stores? I think, and this is coming from a man who was in retail for multiple decades, I think the idea is to keep you. And I'm saying this seriously. I think the idea is to keep you in the store as long as possible. Anywho, hey, everybody. On a side note, I mean, can these workers not have earphones in their ear while they're talking to customers? It's so immature and low IQ. It's unbelievable. But that's a tale for another day. So that's the phone zone. We're in the phone zone. That said, the issue with this, really the only issue with keeping this is I got the cheapest one, which is like no memory. My phones, I always go, the last phone was, I think, 256 gigabytes. I always go as big as possible because I don't trust the cloud. I've never used the cloud. I don't do Apple Music. I want hard copies of my fucking music on everything. So that is the issue here. Photos as well, of course, some classic photos, but whatever. Man, I make my memories up here. I take my photos in here. Okay. Anywho, send a super chat, support the show. It's all at the bottom, whatever, or don't. I don't care. You should want to, because this is such a better product than what you're seeing out there. All super chats get read. If you're in the poor people chat, I will check it, but no guarantees it'll be read. So if you want to ask a question to the czar of sports, the Socrates of sport, the Aristotle of athletics, and Nostradamus of national pastime, you're going to have to throw a buck or two behind it. That's all. Very simple. If you want to submit a question to the Oracle of Sport in podcasting realm, and pretty much in probably the planet, which makes it the universe. Got my little iced coffee here. I usually lead off with my workout of the day, the WOD, as the kids call it. I didn't work out this morning. I have a long day. Daddy's got a long day today, day and night. Didn't work out this morning. Didn't work out yesterday, dealing with the phone zone, which, by the way, one of the great crank yankers in history, folks. After you're done watching this, pull up Phone Zone, Crank Yankers. Truly one of the greatest crank yankers of all time. The Phone Zone. So yeah, but Daddy could. Yeah, I was at the gym every other day this week. And what I've learned in my old age, even though I was a personal trainer for years, I've been in the gym since I was 16, 17. Finally, at the age of nearly 40, a couple more weeks, by the way, couple more weeks and Jim Stansel will be 40. Can you believe it? I mean, look at me. Nobody can believe it when I tell them, folks. Unbelievable. You got it is it's so cliche and you always heard it, but I just learned to accept it in the last couple of years. You truly have to let your body rest to continue to gain. If you just grind and grind and grind every day, as I sometimes do, not only do you get run down, but your muscles don't grow because they're constantly in a state of static and failure. So there's a little pro tip from somebody who knows a little something about it. Hey, you're not getting this on any of these other fucking hack fatso shows, bitch. And that's why Violet Brandani likes me more than Louis J. Gomez. Shout out Skankfest. I don't care. Anywho. Ooh, the new Lord Huron winter collection is now open, folks. Send over a super chat. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to buy this. Yep. Purchased. Whoa. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is there anybody out there knit sweater? Holy shit. $80. Somebody sent an $80 super chat. Wow. I've never purchased something quicker in my life. Wow. Unbelievable. Anyway, this is the show, the ramblings of a madman. This is the show, and this is always. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot, guys. Sorry. I need to open the show watching somebody else's show for 15 minutes. Sorry, I fucked up. I don't have ridiculous graphics and things flying around the background. Oh, I forgot everybody's a child and needs things bouncing around all the time on the screen. Oh, I forgot I don't have 5 people in boxes all around me. I'm sorry. Oh, sports. Unbelievable. Let's see. Have you heard about Tom Brady and his cloning, folks? Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Tom Brady is cloning. He cloned a dog, and I think he cloned Drake May. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? If you haven't seen it, Tom Brady talked this week about how he cloned his dog. I don't have a producer. I don't even have a co-host. He's dead. I don't have anything, so I'm not pulling it up. I don't have the technology. My computer barely turns on, so you're not going to pull it up here. Feel free to pull it up on your phone as I speak. Tom Brady talked about this week how he cloned his family's favorite dog. Literally clone. I guess he's a part owner of a biotech company called Colossal Labs, and basically it's IVF without the sperm, but they cloned his dog, and now he has a dog that looks exactly the same as his previous dog. And I'm going to lead that into something else. But before I move on, I would never, I love dogs. I love the dogs I've always had. I would never do that. Then it's just going to be, it'll never be the same as the other dog. It's just very weird. So that alone is strange. But then, folks, here's the big story that I love. It's my new favorite conspiracy. Many people rumbling that Drake May is actually Tom Brady cloned himself, and his clone is none other than Drake May of the now 8-2 New England Patriots. And it's a very interesting rabbit hole. Again, feel free to go down on your own. I'll give you cliff notes, but both born in North Carolina, both the same exact height. Obviously, you see the gameplay. All the announcers say how cool and collective he is for such a young player. I mean, physically, look at them pull up Tom Brady at Drake May's age and look at pictures of Drake May. You draw your own conclusions, okay? I'm just laying out the breadcrumbs. You decide where they go. I mean, Tom Brady already admitted to cloning his dog. Who's to say that 23 years ago he didn't clone himself? I'm just saying. There's some other weird coincidences with Drake May as well that slips my mind now because I frankly don't care or do research or have a producer or want to do a 9-hour show where I just pull up clips the whole time. So I don't really care. I don't really respect any of those shows. This is a show. Obviously, this show has always been in the spirit of sports talk radio, but anything calling itself a show or a podcast that is just constantly watching clips or stream sniping or whatever, I totally don't respect it at all. A clip once in a while, sure. But carry the show on your own or don't carry it at all, much less 6 days a week, whatever these fucking people do. Embarrassing. And I'm back in the high life again. All the will open up again. And I'm back in the high life again. All the doors that were closed before, you want to go right in. That, of course, is the Steve Winwood High Life, beautiful version sung by me. Shout out everyone. Shout out the people, by the way, who have cut out the middleman in YouTube and supported via the Venmo to my account directly. Very much appreciated, especially since the phone zone. Because of the phone zone. And if you haven't supported, why haven't you yet, folks? Phone. Hack Jokerson at Grand Central on 10-incher and above members on YouTube. 2 hours of pure, sheer entertainment. Lost my phone. Filthy delivery driver has it, I'm sure. We'll give it a couple days before we're taking evasive and, frankly, violent action is what I'm planning on. Anybody who wants to roll deep with me up to the hood and confront some people, just let me know and we will we'll roll. And Tom Brady cloned his dog and himself in the form of Drake May. There you go. There's your headlines. Back to sports. Dable, the other big news this week, I'll touch on the pathetic game last night by the Jets. Which wasn't overly pathetic, but we'll talk about it in a second. Brian Daboll fired as the New York Giants quarterback. Listen, we talked about it when Dart and Scadaboo were running amok for those. Now looking back, just those few fleeting weeks the Giants had of a hopeful future, now dashed with pure injuries and depression. And I told you then, Daboll's the only shot Daboll had of hanging around and continuing to coach with the Giants was on the backs of Jackson Dart and to a lesser extent Scadaboo. Dart seemed to like Daboll. So that one, that's basically what was keeping him around for next year. Dart gets injured, and they pretty much immediately cut ties with Brian Daboll. And you just heard rumblings in the last couple days that he rubbed a lot of not only players, they're always going to rub players the wrong way. There's 60 guys in the locker room, and you have to make decisions. I'm buying this. Is anybody out there? Hoodie right now, please send $80 to pay for this for me. Thank you. At least I'm honest. All these other shows make up gay goals and stuff. And I'm back in that high life again. Oh, the ho, and I'm back in the high life again. All the things I knew before, I won't know just when. Yes. What is this? Am I going to have to buy this too? Sorry, this is the show. I don't really care. I think I'd just do one or the other. All the things I knew before. Yes. So I mean that's the long and the short. What I was going to say is you have 60 guys in the locker room. We're never going to keep everybody happy. So that's not a surprise, but it sounds like it was a little bit more than that. He rubbed a lot of front office people the wrong way. He had a history of his staff being rubbed the wrong way by him. So those are all the little things that can keep you around for another year if you do it right. See Miami Dolphins guy, Dan Soder's best friend. You know, if you do the right thing to grease the palms and keep the people you need to keep happy, that'll buy you some time. And Daboll clearly did not do that. You know, it's an epidemic, frankly, of somebody who has managed people for the better part of 2 decades in various jobs. You know, it's a lesson I learned early on in my poor behaved childhood. My mom would just tell me, play the game. Just, just pretend. You make the teacher like you. Just pretend. Even if you don't like them, make them like you. And I think that's a lesson that a lot of these younger people haven't learned. It's like, you know, as someone who has been in a boss position, let's say, to lessers and more extent, all in all, but still, my point is, like, it's amazing how many of these younger people, like 30s and under, don't get like put your personal. All you got to do is keep your boss happy. Everything else is noise, and it's amazing how many young people don't get that. They get too caught up in their own bullshit and their own wayward pride to understand how to hold a job, and it's just like anybody can be replaced. And as great Ted DiBiase would say, everybody's got a price. Yeah. Anyway, side note. Now, let's quickly talk about the Jets last night because who really gives a fuck? Now, listen, this game had a little bit, just a little bit more juice than it would normally, or as it would have been a few weeks ago, just because the Jets did win 2 in a row, albeit it was really at the expense of their opponents being so bad rather than them doing anything special. Let's be honest. Bengals, absolutely. I mean, some of these games are absolutely terrible by these opposing teams. But regardless, it was it had just a tiny inkling of heat on this game. The Jets coming in with 2 wins in a row, albeit the first 2 wins of the year. Interdivision game in New England on a chilly night. So it did have a little something going for it. And listen, halftime, it's a 1-score game. They missed the field goal. It's a 1-touchdown game at halftime. They're hanging around. They move the ball well. The Jets did the first couple times, mostly in spite of Justin Fields, which we'll get to in a second. And then in the second half, you know, it's funny. You watch these dumb interviews, which are always so dumb, but they interviewed Aaron Glenn coming out. He's like, yeah, we're going to pick up the offense. Yeah, we had too many mistakes in the first half. No excuses. Now we're about to get it done. We're going to go. And then, of course, they score, I think, 1 more touchdown and a field goal or something. Just pathetic. And they ended up pretty much getting blown out. Didn't cover. But sidebar, I'm already out of. I put $20 in my DraftKings a week and a half ago. That's gone back to 0. I don't know when. Maybe I'll invest again for Thanksgiving in a couple weeks to make that way I don't have to pay attention to my dear family. Make it interesting. But $20 is gone. I just can't do it. Where's Ski Mask when I need him? So yeah, I took the under 45.5, which was fine, but I took the Jets plus the 9.5, which of course did not cover whatsoever. And you just saw more of the same from the Jets in the second half. You did see, I felt that there was some cohesion, frankly, getting rid. And I know I wasn't too thrilled about the trades we made last week. But I did feel there seemed to be some more cohesion and chemistry for the Jets in that first half. Hanging around, you saw some fights, some scuffles, which I always like to see as a competitor. But alas, all for naught, as in the end, the score is pretty much what you thought it would be. You know, I guess a few people thought it'd be an absolute blowout. You know, these divisional games go in. It's still the NFL, which is why college sucks. You know, the best team in college going against the worst team in college, there's never a chance for that team. Whereas in the NFL, on any given Sunday, as Al Pacino would say, you do never know what happened. I mean, look at the Panthers, by the way, which we'll get to when we go around the league in a minute. Unbelievable. So all in all, more of the same. Listen, Justin Fields obviously isn't the future here, which I told you. I mean, again, I do this rant every week, so I'm not even going to do it. But Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, I was right again. Of course, Aaron Glenn, right off the bat, making idiotic decisions, kind of wanted to get rid of Aaron Rodgers and start fresh. Start fresh with a guy with fetal alcohol syndrome who can't throw a football, and Justin Fields. Great idea, Aaron Glenn. How's that working out for you? I don't know if Tyrod Taylor is injured. I have no idea why he's not playing these games. Justin Fields, I guess he earned one more start because of the wins, but and there's nobody. And unfortunately, I talked about it last week more in depth, but I mean, there's really no hope on the horizon. You know, in any given draft, you're going to have a quarterback that hits. You know, some people don't know it, some people do, but there's nobody that jumps off the page at you as far as quarterbacks go for the draft next year coming out. The Jets have the 3 first round picks next year. Of course, in a year where there's no, you know, ace, quarterbacks, a Jaden Daniels, a Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, you know, none of those folks jumping off the page at you in the draft next year. So we have no quarterback of the future on the roster or on the horizon. Again, realistically, how can the Jets be good? I mean, you can't expect anything out of the Jets for at least another 2 years. It's almost going to be 2030 probably before the Jets can even have a hope of doing anything. It's really sad and pathetic, but also totally expected. Let's move on because I'm getting depressed talking about it at this point. Let me check my notes. And just way too many draw. I mean, listen, the receivers didn't do Fields any favors last night either. How many drops can these guys have? This is the NFL. This isn't college, which you expect drops because they fucking stink. Well, let's check the poor people chat since everybody apparently didn't get paid today. Plenty of money to give to Kevin doing the same show every day for the last 3 years. But anyhow, it's mostly just Funky Bronco or whoever asking for Juggy every week. All right. Yeah. Well, he gunked it all up, so I don't see any sports related questions. Feel free to super chat it. I talked to Juggy the other night, by the way. Unbelievable. He'll be around. Big Bird, December 13th. Kate, the best bar in America. Come on down for the 40th birthday extravaganza. Birthday, of course, Thursday, December 11th. Send a super chat, send $1 million, buy me a computer. Let's take a look let's go around the league as we do. This is going to be a nice nuts and bolts podcast. A good old to the point. All these other podcasts should take notes. Say what you got to say and get the fuck out. Don't spend 3 hours grifting super chats off these fine people. Okay? Give me the money because I deserve it, not because I'm asking for it. But please give me the money now. So stupid. I was wrong. I'm sorry. The Patriots at 9-2. 9-2 in staring, you know, they're obviously in the running for the first seed. And listen, the Bills are 6-3. You know, it's going to be harder for the Bills to catch the Patriots at this point in the AFC East. AFC North, again, we talked about it. 2 teams now, obviously, Bengals and Browns stink. Even though the Bengals are technically 1 game back from the Ravens, they stink. But we got the Steelers at 5-4. We got the Ravens at 4-5. And watch out for the Ravens now. Here's the Ravens schedule. because this is in the Ravens have the Browns this weekend. Then they have the Jets. Then they have the Bengals. That's really, anything can happen in the NFL, but really that's 3 wins in a row right there for the Ravens, who Lamar Jackson is coming back. So that would put them at 6-3. Then they play the Steelers December 7th. Circle that one. Then they play the Bengals again. That's a win. Then they play the Patriots December 21st. That's a nice game to circle. That could be interesting. Then the Packers, and then the Steelers once again. So all things being equal, the Ravens have 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically have 4 wins baked in here for the Ravens that they should win. So that, and then they have 3 or 4 other games with the Steelers and Patriots and Packers. So that would put them at 8 wins without those 50-50 games. So a good chance, despite the start, the Ravens can get to 10 wins and win that division. Who do the Steelers have this week? I believe it's a pretty interesting game. Nope, I lied. They're playing the Bengals, and it should be a blowout. AFC South, listen, that's the Colts division. They would really have to tank. The Colts are 8-2. The Jags are 5-4. Texans 4 wins. Titans 1 win. We're not even going to bother talking about them. So Jags hanging around enough. But the Colts, to their credit, they're a bit surprised, frankly, with Daniel Jones wrapping up that division. AFC West is the most interesting in the AFC because you really have 3 teams in contention there. You can never count out the Chiefs. You got the Broncos at 8-2, Chargers 1 game back at 7-3, and then the Chiefs obviously lurking menacingly in the shadows at 5-4. Let's take a look at the Chiefs' remaining schedule. The 5-4 Chiefs remaining schedule, because this could get interesting here. Andy Reid and the Chiefs have every intention of going on a run and making huge game this Sunday. It'll be your national game. Chiefs and Broncos. There you go, right off the bat. Do we want to say must win for the Chiefs? I don't know if we go that far, but very close to it. If they have any aspirations of winning the division, forget about the wild card. I think they will make knowing the Chiefs. But that would be a big step towards getting back in talks of winning that division. Chiefs don't have the easiest schedule in the world here looking at it. It's kind of 50-50. They got the Broncos this weekend. Then they have the Colts. Then they have the Cowboys. Then they have the Chiefs-Cowboys is the Thanksgiving game, by the way. That's a fun one. That's one you can get drunk with your dumb uncle. And I'll rant about how dumb drinking on holidays is as we get closer. You know my feelings on this if you're a longtime viewer, how cheap and amateur an hour it is to get drunk on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It doesn't make any sense. So we got the Broncos this week, Colts next week, Cowboys the week after. Then we get the Texans. Then we get the Chargers. Then we get the Titans. Then the Broncos, and then the Raiders. So it's kind of 1-for-1, good team, bad team left for the Chiefs. So let's see. Let's just say they beat Cowboys, Texans, Titans, and Raiders. That's 4 wins there. That would put them at 9 wins. And then you got these 50-50 games with the Broncos, Colts, Chargers, and the Broncos again. So that's another 4 games. So listen, Chiefs can go on a run here. Chiefs can finish 8-2 easily with it getting a couple of these 50-50 games. So watch out for the Chiefs. You heard it here first. You heard it here last. Rack me. All right, let's go to the NFC. Let's take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. I can't go anywhere. Do-do-do. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow, Reading Rainbow, Reading Rainbow. You're welcome. All righty, the NFC East is done. Cut it, book it. Eagles are 7-2. Cowboys and Commanders have 3 wins. Giants have 2 wins. That division is done and dusted, as Leanne Hingsby Aldis says in her Peloton classes, which I like to take because she's British. She's pregnant now, and she has big honking milkers. If anyone has Peloton, you're going to want to go do Lee Ann Hainsby Eldest's classes. But she likes to say, done and dusted when you finish an interval. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. The NFC North really up for grabs, frankly. The Lions 6 wins, Bears 6 wins, Packers 5 wins, and the Vikings 4 wins. Vikings have basically a must-win this weekend playing the Bears. So that would give them 5 wins and keep the Bears at 6. So almost a must-win for the Vikings. If they lose, Bears will go obviously to 7 wins, and then they'll be at 4 wins. That's going to be a tough road to hoe to make up basically 4 games in the last 6 weeks of the year. So NFC North, interesting. Lions underachieving this year bigly, although they seem to be rounding into shape. That there's so many weapons on that offense. NFC South, it's a 2-team race, and who would have thought it, frankly? The Buccaneers at 6 wins and the Panthers at 5 wins. Boy, was I wrong about the Panthers. Listen, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When he's wrong, and he'll never be right. I believe the Panthers and the Falcons are there with 3 wins. That's not going to be, although the Panthers do play the Falcons this weekend. So the Falcons can really play spoiler here. The Bucks play the Bills, so the Bucks have a tough game too. So listen, if the Panthers can beat the Falcons, obviously the Bucks have a hard game with the Bills. That's a very fun game, interesting game. We'll see what the line is in a minute when we get there. Bucks Bills, but obviously a tough game. So Bucks lose, Panthers beat the Falcons. All of a sudden, we have a tie for first place in the NFC South. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? NFC West. This is your competitive division. One of your other competitive division. These are the best teams as far as competitive go. The Seahawks at 7-2, the Rams at 7-2, and the 49ers, the injury-ridden 49ers getting healthy at 6-4. What a job coach has done. What's his name? Shanahan. It's amazing what a real coach. There's good coaches and there's great coaches. The Tomlins, the Shanahans, the McVays. It's amazing what they can do. So that division very much up for grabs. I think I said it all year, and I'll keep beating the drum. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. Weapons on every side of the ball. Quarterback who's been there, done that. Coach who's been there, done that. I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFC until proven otherwise or injury-wise. You heard last week, everybody start saying it. I told you they would. And you're just going to have more people saying what I've been saying all year coming up because I'm always right and an actual All-American athlete and I've been around the block and know things. And while the armchair, mouth-breathing mongoose don't catch up till later in the year, I've been telling you all season. Anywho, I had the time of my life. And I never felt this way before. And I swear it's a tree. And I owe it all to I at the time of my life. Never felt this way before. And I swear it's a tree. Oh, it all of you. See that riding on the road. Oh, yeah. Hello, darling, at the time of my life, now it only you, And I swear, is it true? You're it only you. Thank you very much. That, of course, is whatever the name of that song is, beautiful version sung by Jim Stanzel. Who's gonna send the single super chat? Who's gonna be the big winner? I'll give you first dibs beating the hell out of the delivery driver who took my phone. Any 99-cent super sticker. Let's just not make it totally pathetic. Oh, never mind. Just send money on my Venmo. Or don't send money at all. I don't care. I do this for the love of the game. Baby! That's the difference between me and all these losers. Not only is this the difference, but this is the difference, too. Just pure, unfiltered, unadulterated talent, as opposed to needing every bell and whistle and trick in the book to get people to make your show interesting. Most people don't want to have me in their podcast because they know I'll show them up, because I don't even do this for a living. I do this for fun. Anywho, let's take a look at the college scores in our weekly segment called College Football Sucks. All right, as always, I don't look at these ahead of time. Let's just take a look at the scores from last week. Here we go. South Florida, 55. UTSA, whatever that is, 23. USC, 38. Northwestern, 17. Georgia, 41. Mississippi State, 21. Texas Tech, 29. BYU, 7. I picked that game, by the way. Ole Miss, 49. Citadel, 0. College football sucks. Ohio State, 34. Purdue, 10. Miami, 38. Syracuse, 10. Jesus, how do people watch this stuff? Texas A&M, 38. Missouri, 17. Notre Dame, 49. Navy, 10. Alabama, 20. LSU, 9. Boy, does college football sucks. Meanwhile, in the NFL, week to week, game to game, truly any given Sunday, any team can win. NFL is king. Never watch college football on Saturday unless you're going to watch unless you watch minor league baseball games as well. Then you have a leg to stand on. Otherwise, college football is largely unwatchable. Oh, but you can't even make the argument against me, because I've had this stance forever. The argument against me used to be, oh, but these guys play for the love. No, they can't. They get paid now. So you can't make that argument. They care about the school. They're getting paid big bucks, and they're sponsored. They don't even go to classes. You guys, come on, be honest with you. Let's just we tell the truth here. I'll just say it. Look at some of these guys. And you're trying to tell me they're holding a 2.0 plus GPA on their own? Please. Yeah. So yeah, college football sucks. Every week cements my stance, my Stancil stance, of course, which I'm always right about. All right, well, you know what time it is, folks. I'm a fucking professional. God, we're gonna do this thing right at an hour, aren't we? And don't forget, an hour and 45 minutes with Hack Jokerson, only for YouTube members that are at 10-incher and longer tier. 10-incher and longer tier, you get an hour and 43 minutes on the YouTube channel. Did I say Patreon? I said it at the top, spreading it around so all of our subscribers, all of our people who actually pay for stuff, the Stancilites, get something. On the YouTube member tier, 10-incher and larger, you get me and Hack Jokerson. I'm live in Grand Central and a train, and he's guiding me around. I'm accosting people. I'm talking to police officers. Too hot for the pores on YouTube. So get there now. Maybe I'll lower it as the weekend goes to you lesser level YouTube people. But an absolute clinic put on. Yeah! Yeah! Not getting this on these other shit shows, homos. All right, folks, play the fucking music. You know what time it is. Hey, time of. Here we go. Here comes the whammy bar. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's it, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, week 11. Week 11, folks. I tell you, every year, the first show of the NFL season, the fastest season in sports, guys. We're already at the end of November. It's week 11. Everything is rounding into shape. The cream is rising in my pants, as well as with the NFL teams. And we got some big matchups coming up this week. We already talked about a few of them. We've got some pivotal matchups this weekend, folks. I should just delete DraftKings from my phone since it's totally dead to me. Because I have zero money in my account because of my poor bets. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Here we go. We got another 9:30 game because Roger Goodell loves money so much he has to sell. Where's this one? Lisbon? I don't. Who gives a fuck? 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. Pretty much a shitty piece of shit game. I'm glad they gave this to these, these European countries being overrun by Muslim immigrants. Ha 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 ha. Remember they were making fun of us for our border security and other countries being overrun by radical Islamists. Ha ha ha! Have fun. Anywho, the Washington Redskins. Yep. Washington Redskins are playing the Dolphins in Who Gives a Fuck at 9:30. It's Dolphins -2.5. Give me the Dolphins -2.5 because I frankly don't give a fuck. Let's just move on because that game is pointless. Another pretty much pointless game here. Packers at the Giants. Giants getting a touchdown at home. I don't know if I'm missing something. Give me the Packers -7, and that frankly is an easy peasy one there for me. And it should be for you too. Here we go. Now we're getting in. Here's something interesting. I told you about this game. Very interesting game here. 1 o'clock game. We have the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Buffalo Bills. Two teams with playoff aspirations. The first place Bucks, the second place Bills. I believe they have a similar record. Why doesn't it tell you in DraftKings? That's so fucking dumb. Whatever. I don't fucking care. I literally just looked at them. But the Bills are favored by 5.5 at home in that shithole known as Buffalo, New York. As I say every week, the lowest class, the absolute lowest class, low-key lowest class fan base in all of sports. The Buffalo Bills fans, just retards with nothing, just a shithole of a city, nothing to do. All they have is this football team. They throw each other through tables and cover themselves in condiments. That's fun. That's what you have to do. Your lives are so devoid. All they do is eat vinegar buffalo sauce and fart in their pants. And all they have is covering themselves in condiments, throwing each other through tables, and pushing children with cancer down flights of stairs. Shame on you, Buffalo Bills fans, you racist pieces of shit. You want to go with the Bills here with the spread being under a touchdown. I have a feeling we see a shift here. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe it's wishful thinking. I'm taking the Bucks plus the 5.5. I think the Bucks may win this outright. I think we're seeing a shift. I think we've kind of seen it all year with the Bills just missing something there. Not enough weapons at receiver or in the backfield, perhaps. And I think this might cement that shift. Let's go. I would love to see it, honestly. The Bucks going to Buffalo and beat the Bills. I think the plus them getting 5.5 makes it sweeter. I think this will be a one-score game, and I think the 5.5 will be enough to cover. Give me the Bucks plus the 5.5. Texans at the Titans. Titans plus 5.5. Who gives a fuck? Hold on, I got a call coming in. Let me just send off a quick text. Let me just send off a quick text, folks. Just hang on, 2 seconds. It's not the delivery guy who stole my phone, by the way. It's something else. Yeah, who gives a fuck about this game? Give me the Titans getting their second win at home. Who cares? Plus 5.5. Bengals at the Steelers. Steelers minus 5.5. I love this game. This might be the lock of the week. Rodgers has had a couple down weeks. You can't see him having another one. You know, if you know Aaron Rodgers, listen, obviously he's 40, whatever. He's not the Aaron Rodgers he was. Obviously, that's saying it's even dumb to even say, but he's still Aaron Rodgers, meaning he knows what he has to do to win. They're at home. The Bengals are basically in free fall. They're no man's land. I love it's not even a touchdown, but Steelers minus 5.5, and that could be the lock of the week. Put it on that. Put some money on that, and then send me the money. Please send me money. I desperately need money. I have to buy that Lord Huron sweater for $80. The LA Chargers at the Jags. Jags getting 3 at home. That is not enough. I know the Jags are trying to make moves. I think it's too little too late. Give me the Chargers minus 3 on the road. I think the Chargers are also quietly putting together a nice little season for themselves. Bears at the Vikings. Vikings need this game for any hope left in this season. Bears are playing well. Vikings are home, favored by 3. Interesting line at home. You know, I'm going to go with the Bears on the road. I kind of hate to say it. Kelly P's big butt Bears. Give me the Bears plus the 3. I think they put a nail in that Viking coffin and send them off to sea and light them on fire and free steel toe. Whatever. I don't even know what the fuck goes on in that world anymore. Everybody's so gay. A game on paper at the beginning of the year you wouldn't think twice about. Now a bit interesting with the 5-win Panthers at Falcons. Panthers getting 3.5 on the road. And I like the young Falcons. I have Michael Penix. I like Mooney. I like that. They have a Bijan. Is Bijan still injured? Who cares? Let's see. Actually, I could probably tell you real quick. He's not injured, so Bijan is playing. While good for the Panthers that they're up, I don't like that the line is 3.5 for the Falcons, favored by 3.5. This is a toughie, folks. This is a tough one for old Stancil. The over is 41.5. I'll tell you, I'll take the over easy right there. You know what? I'm going to go. Panthers are the better team, and they're getting 3.5. Give me the Panthers on the road plus 3.5, and let's move on. Although I wouldn't be surprised. That one I'm not sure of. Don't bet that one, please. Big game. As I'm surprised it's a 4:05. It's probably, unless you're local, you're probably not going to see it. The Seahawks at the Rams. 1-2 in the NFC West, going at it. 7-win teams. The winner takes sole possession of first place in that division. Putting my cock where my mouth is, folks, as I like to do. I keep telling you, I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. They're at home with a Hall of Fame, probably a Hall of Fame head coach, and chance for a Hall of Fame quarterback too, not to mention their other massive weapons, Devontae Adams, Pico Mapuka, Chuka Nikua, Puka Nikua, Puka Nakwa, whatever. Huge weapons. Yeah, give me the Rams minus 3.5. And honestly, folks, don't be surprised. Mark my words here. Somebody write this down. Don't be surprised if the Rams make a statement here. I have a feeling they might. Look for the Rams to win by 10 or more. I think they're a team that's been on the rise. I told you all year, I think they're the best in the NFC. Niners at the Cardinals. Cardinals plus 3 at home. Nowhere near enough. The 49ers, another well-coached team, putting it all together. Give me the Niners minus 3. That's another easy win for you folks. As the Cardinals, of course, led by their quarterback, who is fetal alcohol syndrome, no fault of his own, because his mother took to drink when he was in utero. That's why I can state the far apart hammerhead shark type eyes, the elongated forehead, and the 1,000-yard stare of low IQ that Kyler Murray does have there in Arizona. So give me the Niners -3. This is Ravens at the Browns 425 game. Yeah, Ravens -7.5. I know these AFC North games are always tighter or lower scoring at least. The over-under is 38.5, so that checks out. It's the lowest of the week. In Cleveland, Browns getting 7.5 at home. I just don't. Similar to the Rams, I think the Ravens are finally put it all together. I believe they're coming off of a bye week. Give me the Ravens -7.5. Browns really do stink on top of it. Huge game here. Another huge game. This should be your national 4 o'clock game, I believe. The Chiefs at the Broncos. Broncos getting 3.5 at home. Even though ahead of the Chiefs, even the first place Broncos still underdogs to the Chiefs. Chiefs -3.5. I'm taking the Chiefs here. I think it'll be close. I think it's I think it'll be more than a field goal though. Chiefs win and cover the 3.5. Sunday night game, we got another good one. Monday night sucks. But Sunday night, we got the Lions and the Eagles and the Bears. Oh my. Lions at the Eagles. Eagles -2.5 at home. If the roles are reversed here, I would take the Lions. I like the Eagles at home, outdoors, late November, Sunday night. Only -2.5. It's borderline pick 'em. Give me the Eagles at home in the cold on Sunday night, but that'll be a fun game to watch. And Monday night, pretty much a pointless game, other than seeing if the Cowboys can put anything together. They have had an impressive offense. Cowboys at the Raiders. Raiders getting 3.5. Listen, here's the thing. Cowboys offense has been and Dak have been putting on a show all year, but their defense is absolutely terrible. I have a feeling Genty's on the national Monday night stage is going to put on a clinic. I think they're going to run them down their throat. The Raiders finally figured out halfway through the season to just run the ball. I don't know what they were doing the first half of the year. Just give the ball to Genty, whether it be in the flats on the pass or straight up running, and see what happens. Give me the Raiders plus the 3.5 at home on Monday night. And those are your picks for Dicks for week 11. Let's give a look. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Has anyone super chatted? Not a single person super chatted. And you know what? Thank you. That goes to show that I'm doing a wonderful job because my whole show isn't based around begging you for money. And I hope people have sent a lot of money on Venmo during this show. And you don't want to give money. A lot of people do. Barcelona. Thank you, Stu. Stu's basically my producer. The game is in Barcelona, right? Gecko Dundee is here. Good, easy. 105, almost perfect. Great song by Night Moves. All right, we did it again. We've done it again. What a fucking show. Unbelievable. Not a clip watch, not a stream sniped, not a second box, much less a fifth box on the screen. No gay graphics, no gay shit popping up. Just real, unadulterated, unfiltered talent. You don't need that shit when you can do this, bitch. Oh, thank you to the Stancelites. Thank you to everybody on the Patreon. Another thing uploaded this week, like I said, the almost 2 hours with Hat Jokerson live from Grand Central, because I actually leave my house, is on the 10-incher and above tier on the YouTube. I'll move that down maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, when I feel like it. Maybe I'll forget. So But get there now for unadulterated entertainment of a man who actually leaves his house and does things instead of just make up fake gay drama. And I know you all appreciate that. You're welcome. I'm welcome. Let's hope we get my phone back. Anybody who has any info, let's see. Let's do one last check of the phone, see if it's moved. Anybody who has any inside info on dealing with this, I feel like you can't really get the cops involved. It's kind of silly. Hey, my phone is over here. Can you look at my phone? My phone here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, no, I thought it was on the move. Wait. Okay, it was located 2 minutes ago. I'm going to make it play the sound. I believe this is a big drama. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the phone will continue, even when the phone is off, it has that slight pulse of energy that pings it. That's how you can find dead phones. I believe I'm right about that because I have a message on here. I put the message on. You want me to read you my message? Tell me if this is gay. Because you got to be careful. In the past, in my younger days, I was too heavy-handed with these messages. Like, give me the phone back or I'm going to alert the police. I have your location. Now I've learned my lesson. You got to be a little... I said, here's my message that would pop. But it says pending still, which leads me to believe it's actually not on. Thank you for finding this phone. Please call, text, blah, 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 or email, blah, 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 to arrange for pickup drop-off. We'll give you some money for your trouble. I think it's pretty nice. You know, especially if it's one of these pathetic, poor Uber drivers who's doing it for $1. That would, incentive to, at least get something for it. But it still says pending, which leads me to believe it hasn't actually been turned on. So the question is, what do you do? The mystery is why at this point. If you have a phone and you haven't plugged it in, because I believe it might have, it's just why? Why? Did they just throw it in the car and just been too busy and haven't even thought about it? I'm open to suggestions. Get the discussion going on Twitter. But yeah, any info on that? Anybody who has next level info on how to deal with this or maybe has dealt with this. I've done it before. Like I said, I've had it mailed back to me from Puerto Rico. But I just don't really, truly, I mean, it's just wishful thinking, but in 2025, a phone that's locked and is traceable really has no purpose, especially everybody has a phone now anyway, especially if you're an Uber driver. So it's just odd. But I'm open to any ideas. Gecko Dundee at the buzzer. The show was worth something. It was worth $5, whatever that is, pounds, lira, euros. Maybe I'll finally get paid this month. Let's check. Hold on. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to check right now. And remember, folks, until I get that phone back, more incentive for you to help me get this phone back. Until I get this phone back, I can't go live from my phone. The last thing I did was go live with Hack Jokerson. Yes, we're going to get paid this month, guys. You did it. We all did it. We all did it. I don't think I've been paid since fucking August. Not that I care, obviously, but it's a big help, especially as a man doing this all on his own with nobody's help. Not only nobody's help, but everybody going against me now because they're just so terrified of the talent I bring to the table and the real life experience and values that I hold while everyone else is just doing manufactured bullshit with very little talent and a lot of graphics. Thank you, Gecko Dundee, for showing them the way. I'll keep you guys posted, I guess, if nothing else, next week. Next week, I guess we'll check back in. Join the Patreon. Hold on a second. Here we go from Julio, who was our guest last week, in case you missed it. UFC is our UFC correspondent, of course. Here you go. Some bonus bets from Julio. UFC locks for the pay-per-view tomorrow. Islam Makhachev, Zhang Weili, Sean Brady, thank God, Carlos Prates, and Benoit St. Denis. There you go. Locks of the week from Julio. Put those bets in, and then next week you can call him racial slurs live in the chat. Isn't that fun, folks? There you go. How many of those? Let me guess who all look exactly the same and have neck beards and are from Dagestan. Makhachev. I think that's it. Is that the only neck bearded freak from Dagestan, Julio? There you go. You even get some bonus bets, folks. Unbelievable what's happening out here. Yes. Join the YouTube. Become a member. Hack carried the show. Clearly, see? Somebody watched live or is a 10-incher or a larger member on the YouTube. Yes, he's a great foil to my idiocy, especially when I'm drunk on tequila. But yeah, Mac will tell you how to check it out. Join the Patreon. I might throw it on the Patreon if I'm feeling frisky. But it's definitely on the YouTube for members from Wednesday night. God bless you all. Seriously, as always, kick your mother down a flight of stairs and send her to a home. Beat your wife into submission and lock her in the trunk of your car. And send your kids to a foster home this Sunday. It is week 11. You can't be missing these games. Get rid of your family and all work. Get fired from your job. I got news for you. You can watch NFL in prison and you get free meals and nobody bothers you except maybe a hulking, But folks, that's it. We did it again. I did it again. Solo dolo. Thank you, Kiko Dundee, for at least getting us on the board this week. Thank you to all the Stancelites on the Patreon. And thank you especially to the haters who truly fuel me. See you all in hell. Hopefully I get my phone back so I can go live from my phone this week. Tell somebody.
The ocean's churning restless like the ache in their bones. Jim Stancil in and make trap where the cold wind moans. Jim's in his lesbian Subaru, outback crusted with sand. Live free or die, sticker secrets clenched in his hand. Dance buzzed, head catches moonlight on his cap tilted low. Casamigos in a bottle, swipe from a bar down the road. They're holed up in this Airbnb, a shack with salt streak walls. Fire pits barely glowing, solo cups where the ash fall. Ant's voice is soft, too quiet, watching Jim by the flame. Eyes hold the truth, he won't speak, scared to give it a name. No escape from this coast, just the waves and the grind. White trash Riviera where they're losing their damn minds. Casamigos, me and two freak hoes, I hit them both like free throws, hiding what they know. Pour it down, let it flow. White trash Riviera where the truth don't show. Me and two freak hoes, I hit them both like free throws, but nobody really knows. Bottles crack, here we go. White trash Riviera stuck in the undertow. Jim Subaru's got sand grinding.